Welcome to episode 23 of the Super Sam Sports Encore podcast. Tonight, we will be doing a watch party for the Baylor Bears against the Cincinnati Bearcats. Alright. I'm gonna wait here just for a little bit to wait for people to join on in, but yeah, that's what we're doing. Baylor Cincinnati watch party. Tomorrow I got another watch party at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time between the number 11 ranked Kansas Jayhawks and the Arizona State Sun Devils. That will be tomorrow night. And then on Saturday. So Thursday and Friday will be regular, normal 30-minute podcast episodes. But on Saturday, we got a big one. On Saturday, starting at 12 p.m. on Saturday, we got, I believe, not a football game, check. We have a big day on Saturday coming up. Also, by the way, college basketball update. It's 4 minutes to go in the first half. It's 28-14. 8-ranked Florida over 1-ranked Tennessee. Here we go. So, on Saturday, at 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus, the 11-ranked Kansas Jayhawks take on the Cincinnati Bearcats in Cincinnati, Ohio. And then at 3:30 p.m. at 3:30 p.m. on Paramount Plus and CBS and Paramount Plus at 3:30 p.m. we got the Houston Texans taking on the Los Angeles Chargers for their wild card game. And then at 5 p.m., I believe. Yes, at 5 p.m. on ESPN Plus, we got the 12-ranked Houston Cougars taking on the Kansas State Wildcats. And next up, also at 7 p.m., we will be watching the wild card game between the 3-seed between the 3-seed Baltimore Ravens and the 6-seed Pittsburgh Steelers. I might be wrong on that, but let me see. Ravens. Yeah, at 7 p.m. So, yeah. But, yeah, at 7 p.m., we'll be watching the Ravens, and that will be on Prime Video. So, yeah. But at 8:30 p.m., we got the Baylor Bears taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils in Tempe, Arizona. So, yeah, that'll be very exciting for sure. Breaking news here. MLB. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. So by the way, so the New York Mets are reportedly have met with All-Star closer Tanner Scott. So that's interesting. But what I was about to say was we got some breaking news here. Three-time Cy Young Award winner Justin Verlander is headed to the San Francisco Giants on a one-year deal. Yes, Justin Verlander, three-time Cy Young winner, agrees to a one-year deal with the San Francisco Giants. This was per MLB.com 25 minutes ago. It says Justin Verlander and the Giants are in agreement on a one-year $15 million deal pending a physical. So he has to pass a physical. But a source told MLB.com Mark Feinsand on Tuesday, today. The club has not confirmed the deal yet just because he still has to pass the pending physical. But Verlander, who turns 42 next month, is only 2 seasons removed from winning his third Cy Young Award in 2022 with the Astros. He signed as a free agent with the Mets after that season and then was dealt back to Houston at the trade deadline. A likely future Hall of Famer, Verlander is a former MVP, 2-time ERA title winner, and 2-time World Series champion with the Astros. He was hampered by injuries last year, pitching to a 5.48 ERA over 17 starts. But the Giants are taking a flyer on his veteran clubhouse presence and playoff pedigree. The Giants, under new president of baseball operations Buster Posey, were in the mix for top free agent ace Corbin Burnes, who signed with the Diamondbacks. San Francisco also brought in Willy Adames on a 7-year deal earlier in this offseason. So yeah, so Justin Verlander is headed to. They haven't confirmed it, but right now it sounds like Verlander is headed to San Francisco, California. So that's interesting. So Verlander's off the market. Verlander's off the market for sure. Hold on, guys. Let me get my remote so I can set up the Baylor game. But yeah, Baylor needs to win this game. Baylor has to win this game. Baylor, this is a must-win situation for the Bears. All right, because they lost their first game of conference play to Iowa State. If they lose this game, they'll not only be 0-2, but they'll also be 9-5 overall, which means they'll only be over 500 by 5 games. But no, by 4 games. So, or yeah, something like that. But so this is a must-win situation for if you were the Baylor Bears. This is a must-win situation here against Cincinnati. Let me see if I can find them. They must not be live yet. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I don't know if they're live yet. On. Alright, here we go. So let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Baylor and Cincinnati. Alright. Alright. Waiting for some people to join in here. So, for me, so I'm gonna update my schedule here, my podcast schedule, because school is starting back up for me. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm only gonna be making one podcast episode a day. Alright. Now tomorrow's a guarantee just because we got Kansas and Arizona State tomorrow night, so I'll be live tomorrow night. But shout out to mom in the chat. I'll only be doing one podcast episode, one 30-minute podcast episode for every day for this case for this week, Thursday and Friday, and yeah, and also Sunday, because no one plays on Sunday. Well, no, football is on Sunday, so no one. But yeah, so Thursday and Friday for this week, I'll just leave it to one podcast episode a day. But yeah. Alright, we are 1 minute away. 1 minute away from tip off between the Baylor Bears and the Cincinnati Bearcats here in Cincinnati, being played here in Cincinnati, Ohio at Bearcats, the Bearcats place. I think it was like Fifth Bank Arena, something like that. I can't fully remember. But yeah, those who didn't see it or missed it because they're just now joining into the live, Justin Verlander is no longer a part of the Astros now. He's no longer a part of anybody. He is now a part of the San Francisco Giants, as he agrees to terms with a 1-year deal with the Giants. Now, the Giants have not yet confirmed the deal yet, just because Verlander still has to go through pending physical. But for right now, it looks like Verlander's headed to San Francisco, California. So, alright, they just came on the air, so I think we're about to get this game underway. Let me see. Oh. ESPN. Holy cow, 8-ranked Florida is beating 1-ranked Tennessee 34-15 at halftime. 4-ranked Duke is beating Pitt 34-24 at halftime. It's 47-34 Georgia over 6-ranked Kentucky at halftime. 21-ranked West Virginia is losing to Arizona 39-28 at halftime. Alright, here we go. Set for tip-off, and Baylor wins the tip. That is Jaden Nunn that recovers the basketball for Baylor. And we're underway here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 2-point right there by Noah Chad O'Meara. 2-0 Baylor to start this game. I'm sorry, we're not in Cincinnati, Ohio. We're here in Waco, Texas, at the Foster Pavilion. So that's my bad. Cincinnati now has the basketball, looking for open spot right now. Three-pointer, nice block right there by Norchad O'Meara. It'll stay with Cincinnati basketball, but nice block shot right there by Norchad O'Meara to block the three-pointer right there that Cincinnati was attempting there. And a shot clock violation on Cincinnati. All right, Baylor with the basketball again. Baylor starting 5 is Jalen Nunn, Jeremy Roach, Vijay Edgecombe, Norchad O'Meara, and Josh Ojanwuna. Your regular Baylor starting 5. At least for this season. And alley-oop does not work out. It'll be a turnover, Cincinnati basketball, and for 2. Oh. Cincinnati was fouled by Baylor. Looks like the foul was on Jeremy Roach. But they'll just throw it in from the sidelines. Three-pointer by Cincinnati is nothing but drain. 3-2 Cincy. 18:15 to go here in the first half. So I'm going to go back to this tab. O'Meara blocked by Cincinnati. And that's a steal. A steal by Baylor by Norchad O'Meara. 2-pointer misses. Jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Bearcats, Cincinnati. For two, off the mark, defensive rebound, Baylor. Baylor for two, Norchad O'Meara banks it. It's 4-3, Baylor on top. Baylor gets the lead right back. 17 minutes and 10 seconds to remain here in this first half. Here in the first half. For two and a foul on Norchad O'Meara. Alright, so while we have the time here, let's talk about some NFL here. Cincinnati will shoot a pair of free throws at the free throw line for Cincinnati is... I have no clue. Banks the first, now 4-4. Tie game. Aziz Bandago. Bandorgo is at the free throw line for Cincinnati. Second one is good. 5-4. Cincy. Alright, let's talk about the playoff bracket here, okay? So I feel like I haven't really fully broken it down enough, really. And that's a nice shot by Baylor. It's now 6-5 Baylor. Oh, wow. Missed 2-point shot. Defensive rebound, Baylor. Baylor for three. Drains it. 9-5. $16 minutes to go here in the first half. That looked like Jaden Nunn that shot that. I have no idea. So, 2-pointer by Cincy and is missed, but offensive rebound for three. Off the mark, but a guy was right there to dunk it in. 9-7. Alright, so of course, one seed in the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs. One seed in the NFC, the Detroit Lions. O'Meara looking for a shot. 2-pointer off the backboard is drained. 11-7 now. They've now made 4 of their last 4 field goals for the Baylor Bears. You got the 4 seed Houston Texans taking on the 5 seed Los Angeles Chargers. Cincinnati for a deep 3 misses. Offensive rebound though for 2 is drained. 11-9. 11-9. On Saturday, 3:30 p.m. CBS and Paramount Plus. Now, Prime Video on Saturday, 7 p.m. is 3 seed Baltimore Ravens takes on the 6 seed Pittsburgh Steelers. Keep in mind, this is the AFC I'm reading off of. They're going to a commercial break for the first of the game. CBS and Paramount Plus on Sunday at 12 o'clock p.m. 7 seed Denver Broncos take on the 2 seed Buffalo Bills. Over on the NFC, hold on. So, the lower. I may be wrong. Oh, someone else new in the chat. So I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the lower seed, whoever the lower seed is, faces the one seed Chiefs. So just to break it down here, when I did my bracket yesterday, or last night, sorry, when I did my bracket last night, what it would keep telling me is, like, for example, if I picked, like, let's say I picked the Steelers. Steelers. Let's say I picked the Steelers. Then, okay, what does that mean exactly? Well, let's say I picked the Texans, Steelers, and Bills. What would happen is the Texans, instead of playing the Chiefs, they would get moved over and they would instead play the Buffalo Bills, which, in my opinion, who they would rather play in the division round. Because we've already beat the Bills this regular season. Just barely, but we still beat them by a field goal. So, and the Chiefs, we didn't stand a chance to in the regular season. But that's what would happen. If the Steelers won against the Ravens and the Bills beat the Broncos, that's what would happen. The Texans would play the Bills and the Steelers would play the Chiefs. However, if the Texans beat the Chargers, the Ravens beat the Steelers, and the Broncos beat the Bills, what would that mean? That would mean that the Chiefs would play the Broncos and the Ravens would play the Texans. Now, that is the least favorite matchup that we want because because the regular season game between those two squads, the Ravens absolutely annihilated the Texans 31-2 on Christmas Day. They only allowed 2 points in the entire game against the Texans. So, yeah, if there's any team if there are two teams that I would rather not face in the division round, it would be the Chiefs and the Ravens. I do not want to face either one of them. So, if we do end up beating the Chargers and moving on to play whoever, I would have to hope that either the Steelers or the Steelers are able to beat the Ravens or the Broncos are able to beat the Bills. So that way we can play the Bills instead of, or so that way we can play the, I would honestly hope the Steelers, actually, I would honestly hope the Steelers would beat the Ravens. So that way we would end up playing the Bills and we wouldn't have to face the Chiefs or the Ravens. Now, we could still face the Chiefs in the conference championship game if we won the division round, but we'll see. We'll see. And same thing for the NFC. Same 3-pointer Cincinnati. Off the mark, Baylor basketball. North Shadowmere has the North Shadowmere. Same thing for the NFC. If the Rams beat the Vikings, but the Commanders beat the Buccaneers, Eagles beat the Packers, well, guess what? The Rams would play the Eagles, and the Commanders would take on the Lions. But if the Rams won, if the Buccaneers won, and if the Packers won, then the Packers would take on the Lions, and the Buccaneers would play the Rams. That's what would happen. So it's a little bit weird how they play, how it works out for the NFL. It's definitely different. It's definitely a whole lot different for their playoff format compared to, like in MLB, NBA, uh, MLB and NBA and stuff like that. So Cincinnati for two off the mark. Baylor defensive rebound. Still 11-9, by the way. 12 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first half. North Shadow for two and is drained. Would they count? Will they count the basket? I have no idea. I don't think they are. Oh wait, yes they are. 13-9 plus the foul. Chance at 3-point play for North Shadow Mir at the free throw line. So yeah, am I excited for the playoffs? Oh heck yes, I am. It's gonna be a whole. It's gonna be a. It's gonna be a whole ton of fun. It's gonna be basically 3 weeks straight. 3 maybe even 4 weeks straight of just awesome football to watch. So I'm really excited for the NFL playoffs for sure. Personally, I'm excited to see my Texans take on the Chargers just because I want to see what they can do. Especially coming off of that 23-14 win over the Tennessee Titans. I want to see what they can do here in the playoffs. But no, I'm excited to see all these games. I'm excited to see the Ravens and Steelers, the Bills and Broncos, the Rams and Vikings, Buccaneers, Commanders, Eagles, Packers, stuff like that. The most interesting games, they're all going to be interesting, but I feel like the most interesting games, in my opinion, for the first round are going to be for the AFC, it might be the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. And for the NFC, it honestly might be the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Now, yes, I know the Broncos are the Broncos and Packers are both the 7 seed, and the Eagles and Bills are both the 2 seed. But numbers are numbers. These two teams were outstanding. All 4 of these teams were outstanding during the regular season. Bills, Eagles, Packers, Broncos. They were all dynamic during the regular season. So I would not be surprised if I see the Broncos upset the Bills and the Packers upset the Eagles. It can happen. So, and especially with football. I mean, Daddy will tell you, with football, anybody can win. Anybody can win at this point. Football is one of those sports where you honestly never know who's gonna. Football's one of those sports where you never know who's gonna show up. If it's gonna be like, let's say, the Eagles. If it's gonna be the Eagles that were constantly winning nonstop, or is it gonna be an Eagles team that completely flops and drops out and yeah, so you never really know, and that's what makes it so interesting and so fun to watch these playoffs. Is again, you never know, and in the end, it's still the playoffs. Anything can happen. So, as they say, playoff magic. So, It'll be interesting for sure. For sure. But yeah. So we've been now going for almost 36. Now it's 36 minutes. We've been going on officially now for 36 minutes. 11:45 ago in the first half. Baylor now leads Cincinnati 14-9. Cincinnati with the basketball. I seen Baylor try a three, I guess. And made a three, I guess. Cincinnati right now just passing the ball around for three. Air ball. Norchad O'Meara with the defensive rebound for the Bears. Passes it to Jeremy Roach. Now past the Edgecombe and drains a three. 17-9. Baylor over Cincinnati. So far, Baylor's looking good in this game. They continue to be like this throughout the entire game. If they continue to act and play like this throughout the entire game, they should be good. But they gotta keep the momentum up. For sure. VJ Edgecombe was the Big 12 preseason player of the year. That's interesting. No. Cincinnati offensive rebound for three and is drained 17-12. Sorry, guys. Mm. 19-12. Baylor was able to make a 2-pointer. Cincinnati fighting room for three. Drains this now 19-15. 4-point game. Again. For 3-pointer for Cincinnati misses. VJ Edgecombe with the offense. Defensive rebound for two is up and is in 21-15. Plus the foul. Baylor will go. VJ Edgecombe will try for a 3-point play. I like that little spin around he did on that Cincinnati player. VJ Edgecombe now 7 points, 3 for 5 in field goals today. or tonight, I should say. Excuse me. Nine minutes to go in the first half. It's now 22-15. Baylor over Cincinnati. That was a 3-point play indeed. After that free throw that was made by VJ Edgecombe. Cincinnati deep three. Deep ball. Off the mark. Baylor with rebound. For two. Blocked. Cincinnati. Basketball. For two. Off the mark, and that will be no foul. Ball out of bounds. Off of Baylor. It will stay on Cincinnati's side of the court. 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Cincinnati passing it around right now, trying to find some open room here. For two, off the mark. Cincinnati offensive rebound for three, drains 22-18. 4-point game once again. Baylor dribbling the basketball right now. Cincinnati has 7 offensive rebounds in this game. Baylor has 0. Baylor has 0 second chance points. Cincinnati has 10. That says a lot. 3-pointer miss. Offensive rebound for Baylor. And they'll bring it back a little bit. Three-pointer Edgecombe. Deep three is drained. 25-18. VJ Edgecombe. Now 11 points, 2 for 2 at 3-point lane for Baylor in tonight's game against Cincinnati. So going into this game, Cincinnati missed 2. Baylor defensive rebound. Going into this game, Baylor is 1-1 in one and one in conference play, 9-4 overall. Cincinnati 10-3 overall, 0-2 in conference play. I forgot Baylor got that one win because they beat Utah in their first conference play game. Iowa State was the second. But nice run right now for Baylor, up 27-18 over the Cincinnati Bearcats right now. Timeout taken, and they're going on another commercial break. So this is interesting. So this is going to be Justin Verlander's 20th MLB season. His 20th. Absolutely insane. So he'll still be yeah, this kind of funny. He'll still be wearing orange. He'll still be wearing orange this season. It just won't be Astros orange. It'll be Giants orange. But yeah, this article I was talking about earlier, the Mets have reportedly met with All-Star closer Tanner Scott from the San Diego Padres. Yeah. So per MLB.com, this was posted today at 11:15 a.m. this morning Central Time, saying January 7th, the Mets have met with All-Star closer Scott. According to a report from The Athletic's Will Salmon, subscription required, the Mets are shopping for bullpen help and have met likely via phone or video with Tanner Scott, widely considered to be the best reliever available in free agency. As Salmon notes, the Mets' pursuit of bullpen reinforcements stands in contrast to how they approached the starting pitching market, where they refrained from bidding on the most expensive options available. Instead, the Mets re-signed Sean Manaea to a 3-year, $75 million deal and filled their other two rotation vacancies by inking Clay Holmes to 3 years and $38 million, formerly a reliever, and Frankie Montas for 2 years, $34 million, who was already a starter. Signing Tanner Scott or another high-profile reliever in free agency would also represent a departure from Mets president of baseball operations David Stearns' typical MO. Typical MO over his 9 seasons leading offices with the Brewers and Mets. Stearns has signed just one reliever, Matt Albers, entering the 2019 campaign to a deal that guaranteed multiple years of course, with owner Steve Cohen's financial backing. Stearns has the flexibility to pursue moves he might not have considered in the past. While the Mets have Edwin Diaz in the closer role, none of their setup options, a group that includes Reed Garrett, Deadniel Nunez, Jose Budo, Sean Reed Foley, and Danny Young, as a lengthy track record of success in MLB, in Major League Baseball. So that's interesting. 6 minutes and 16 seconds to go in this first half. 27-18, Baylor over Cincinnati. 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first half. If anyone's still there in the chat, I want you all to type in the chat your score prediction for this Baylor Cincinnati game. I'm going to go ahead and type out. I'm going to say 76 to 69. Baylor. That's my score prediction, 76 to 69, Baylor over Cincinnati. Type in the chat what's y'all's score prediction for this game. And while I wait for y'all to type in the chat here, I'm going to look something up here. While I wait for y'all to type in the chat here, I'm going to look something up here. All right, 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Still now 31-18. 2-pointer drained by Jeremy Roach. And a timeout called by, I assume, by Cincinnati. 5 minutes, yes, timeout Cincinnati. 5 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first half. 31-18. Baylor over Cincinnati. Cincinnati, a 60.5 opponent's PPG that ranks ninth. That ranks ninth in Division 1. Baylor's done a really good job so far in this game as far as controlling Cincinnati's tempo and not letting them get too hyped up and stuff. It just popped up coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. our time, Central Time, ESPN2. We got the Arizona State Sun Devils and the 11 ranked Kansas Jayhawks in Lawrence, Kansas, I believe. I think. Hold on, let me actually take a look at that. ESPN. Kansas. Yes, and then they traveled to Cincinnati, Ohio, to play the Saturday at 1 p.m. against Cincinnati on ESPN Plus, and then they head back home. Oh no, sorry, they travel over to Iowa. They travel over to uh, Promise, Iowa, to play at Hilton Coliseum against the three-ranked Iowa State Cyclones at 6 o'clock p.m. on ESPN2. On January 15th. Then they come back home to Lawrence, Kansas, and Allen Fieldhouse to take on Kansas State on the 18th at 12 p.m. on CBS. So, yeah. All right, 3 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the first half. Now it still remains 31-18, Baylor over Cincinnati. Anyways, let's go back here to MLB. I wanted to talk about this. So, this was an article that was posted this morning at 9:07 a.m. Central Time. Astros flush with rotation option for 2025. An article by Brian McTaggart. He says, Houston, considering the sounds of pitchers popping at the mitts of catchers, will begin filling the air in West Palm Beach, Florida, when spring training begins in about 5 weeks. It's time to examine the state of the Astros rotation entering 2025. The Astros had 12 different pitchers start a game for them last year in 2024, and it would have been 13 if the final game of the regular season had not been rained out. Ryan Gusto was set to start game 162 in Cleveland against the Guardians in what would have been his major league debut. Last year, Hunter Brown, Ronel Blanco, Framber Valdez, and Spencer Arrighetti carried the workload by making at least 28 starts, with Justin Verlander 17 starts and Yusei Kikuchi 10 starts. The only others to reach double digits, Verlander missed half of the season and injuries. Christian Javier made 7 starts before undergoing Tommy John surgery, and JP France started 5 games before his season ended due to a right shoulder injury. Luis Garcia and Lance McCullers Jr. missed the entire season. In 2024, Houston starters ranked tied for 7th in the major leagues in ERA, 3.81, second in batting average against, 0.233, third in strikeouts, 887, and tied for 7th in innings pitched, 180, 880 and 2/3 innings pitched, but had the third most walks, 326 in the in the entirety of Major League Baseball. Here's how the rotation is shaping up. The sure things. We start with left-handed pitcher Framber Valdez. Valdez, who enters the final year of his contract in 2025, remains the top of the rotation starter. He went 15-7 last year with a 2.91 ERA in 28 starts, leading the Astros in wins and innings, 176 and 1/3 innings pitched. If he puts together 2 strong halves in 25, he could make lots of money on the free agent market. Right-handed pitcher just Hunter Brown. Brown is poised to take his place as one of the AL's top arms this year. After going 0-4 with a 9.78 ERA in his first 6 starts of 2024, he added a sinker on May 5th, and it opened up the entire arsenal. He went 11-5 with a 2.51 ERA in 147 innings in his final 25 games, 24 starts. One of those starts, he came out of the bullpen and pitched with the stuff and confidence of an ace. Turnover on Cincinnati. It's Baylor basketball. 2:54 go in the first half, 35-19 Baylor over Cincinnati. Next up, we got right-hand pitcher Ronel Blanco. It was a breakout season in 2024 for Blanco, who went 13-6. Oh, we got new chat messages. Guy says, "Good point. You're on fire tonight, buddy." Thanks. I'll say. It was a breakout season in 2024 for Blanco, who went 13-6 with a 2.80 ERA and threw the season's first no-hitter in his first start in April. He led the AL in opponents' average, .190, while throwing a career-high 167 and 1/3 innings pitched. Next up, we got the rookie right-hand pitcher Spencer Arrighetti. As a rookie in 2024, Arrighetti threw 145 innings in 29 games, 28 starts. One was out of the bullpen, and improved as the season went along. He posted a 4.53 ERA with 171 strikeouts, 65 walks, and 21 homers in 80 innings. Prior to the All-Star break, he had a 5.63 ERA and an .802 opponent's OPS in 65 innings. After the break, he had a 3.18 ERA and a .697 opponent's OPS. so it dropped down at, after the second half began. Now we got the new guy, right-handed pitcher Hayden Wesneski, who was acquired by the Astros along with infielder Isaac Paredes and prospect Cam Smith, number 73 overall per MLB pipeline from the Cubs last month. Wesneski fills out the bottom of the Houston rotation, but has lots of potential at 27 years old. He has posted a 3.93 ERA in 68 career games, 22 starts. The up and up and comers. We got left-handed pitcher Colton Gordon, the Astros' number 12 ranked prospect. Gordon was added to the 40-man roster in November after missing it last spring and the first month of the season with a left lat strain. He went 8-2 with a 3.94 ERA in 25 games, 24 starts. So that 25th game was out of the bullpen. Across 123 and one-thirds innings pitched at AAA Sugarland, striking out 124 batters and allowing a .238 opponent's batting average. Right-hand pitcher Ryan Gusto, a 6'4" right-hander taken in the 11th round of the 2019 MLB Draft. Gusto is a favorite of General Manager Dana Brown and will be in big league camp this year competing for a spot. He went 8-6 with a 3.70 ERA in 29 games, 26 starts last year at Sugarland. The injured list. Right-hand pitcher Christian Javier, who underwent Tommy John surgery on June 6th, could return by the end of July, but definitely by season's end if there are no setbacks. He was 3-1 with a 3.89 ERA in 7 starts with the Astros in 24, and is a frontline arm when he is healthy. Yeah, he's great when he's healthy, but that's if he's healthy. That's the problem. Right-hand pitcher Luis Garcia. Garcia nearly returned last season from Tommy John surgery that was performed in May of 2023, only to be shut down for the season last August. If he's healthy to start 2025, that's a huge boost. That's a huge boost to the rotation, considering he threw 339 and 2/3 innings pitched from 2021 to 2023. Right-hand pitcher Lance McCullers Jr. McCullers hasn't pitched since 2022 World Series, and his status for the start of this season remains uncertain. He had surgery in June of 2023 to repair his right flexor tendon and remove a bone spur, but suffered a setback in July of 2024 and was shut down for the season. Right-hand pitcher J.P. France, the mustachioed one underwent surgery to repair a torn right shoulder capsule in July after posting a 7.46 ERA in 5 starts. So yeah. Right now it's completely up in the air on what the Astros rotation is going to look like for the 2025 season. Alright. I want to talk about this. So, injury and moves. Updates on Lance McCullers Jr. and Luis Garcia. This is per MLB.com at 3:50 p.m. Central Time earlier this afternoon. It says this roster moves and injury. Oh wait, yeah, okay. Latest news: injury updates. Right-handed pitcher Lance McCullers Jr. right flexor tendon surgery, expected to return 2025. Right-handed pitcher Luis Garcia Tommy John surgery, expected to return 2025. All right, so with McCullers. McCullers, who has not pitched since 2020, the 2022 World Series, is throwing off the mound with hopes of returning early this season. He had surgery in June 2023 to repair his right flexor tendon and remove a bone spur, but he suffered a setback in July 2024 and was shut down for the season. Last update January 7th. Now Luis Garcia. Garcia had nearly returned last season from Tommy John surgery that was performed in May of 2023, only to be shut down for the season last August. If he's healthy to start 2025, that's a huge boost to the rotation considering he threw 339 and 2/3 innings from 2021 to 2023, last updated January 7th. Also, utility man Mauricio Dubon left thumb surgery. Yeah, he had left thumb surgery at the beginning of this offseason. Expected to return 2025. It just goes to show what Dubon can do. He can play with a broken thumb. I think he was playing with a hurt thumb, almost basically the entire second half, pretty much. Anyways, Dubon underwent surgery to repair the ulnar collateral ligament in his left thumb October 9th and is expected to be ready for the start of spring training. He suffered the injury sliding into first base on a single on September 6th and played with pain during the remainder of the regular season and playoffs. Dubon, who's 30 years old, appeared in a career-high 137 games in 2024, hitting .269 with 25 doubles, 4 home runs, and a career-best 47 RBIs, a Gold Glove winner in 2023, and a finalist in 24. He became the first player in franchise history to start at 7 different positions in the same season: 44 in left field, 18 in center field, 11 in right field, 13 at second base, 9 at first base, 9 at third base, and 6 at shortstop. The last updated October 31st. So yeah, there's the updates on McCullers and Garcia for right now. I'll, of course, let you guys know more about what's happening with Luis Garcia, Lance McCullers, Javier, and all the guys that are injured currently once we get more updates. I'll let you guys know, but yeah. Baylor is currently right now at halftime against Cincinnati. It is right now halftime. Baylor leads Cincinnati 35-20 by 15 points. The 21-ranked West Virginia Mountaineers are losing to the Arizona Wildcats 75-56 with 18 seconds to go in the game. 6th-ranked Kentucky is losing to Georgia 66-54, 7:33 to go in the game on the SEC Network. Also, by the way, Arizona is on ESPN Plus. The game just ended. They won 75-56 over 21-ranked West Virginia. 4-ranked Duke is beating Pitt 71-47. 1 minute and 55 seconds now to go in the game on ESPN. 71-47 Duke over Pitt. But yeah, 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the game, and number 8 ranked Florida is absolutely annihilating number 1 ranked Tennessee 64-30. 8 ranked Florida is just absolutely smacking the heck out of Tennessee right now. Insane. With, again, 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. Insane. So Florida is going to be 14-1. Tennessee is also going to be 14-1. And Tennessee is going to be 1-1 in conference play. So is Florida. Florida is going to get their first win of conference play. Tennessee is going to get their first loss of conference play. But yeah. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We've been live officially now for an hour and 11 minutes. Let's go to NASCAR's home website, and see what they got going on. See if they've had any news or anything break out here in the last few days or so. Thompson. Oh, sorry. Dean Thompson joins Sam Hunt Racing for full-time Xfinity Series campaign in 2025. This was by staff report, NASCAR.com, published 10 hours ago. Thompson, 23 years old. It says Dean Thompson will pilot the number 26 Toyota GR Supra full-time for Sam Hunt Racing, SHR, in the NASCAR Xfinity Series in 2025, the team announced on Tuesday. Thompson, 23 years old, raced full-time in the Craftsman Truck Series in 2022 as a member of Nice Motorsports, and most recently with the Trison Garage from 2023 to 2024. Thompson tallied at 2 top 5s and 11 top 10 finishes across 70 races with the two organizations. Thompson additionally logged 2 Xfinity starts with SHR in 2024, finishing 34th at Charlotte Motor Speedway in May and 20th at Talladega Superspeedway in October. I'm very excited to join, Thompson said in a press release. He said, quote, "I'm very excited to join the Sam Hunt Racing Group and continue to pursue my dreams in NASCAR. The team made me feel at home after the 2 races that we shared last year. Everything clicked with us, and we are both in a spot where we could fulfill each other's need to help our growth as a race team and driver. I'm lucky to have this opportunity to take the next step, which most can only dream of reaching, and I'm grateful to share it with such an awesome group of people." Thompson, an Anaheim, California native, began racing at 5 years old and made stock car racing his career at 16. Thompson quickly climbed the racing ladder, clinching the Irwindale Late Model Track Championship and California State title in 2020 after being named Southwest Tour Series Rookie of the Year. Thompson transitioned to ARCA Menard Series West action in 2021, where he logged 9 races and tallied 1 top 5 and 2 top 10s to go, along with two pole positions. let's see some other news. So, Helio Castro Neves is set to attempt the Daytona 500. This is for the Cup Series. The Daytona 500 in Trackhouse's Project 91 entry. This was per Zach Sterniola, NASCAR.com. Sorry if I'm saying that last name wrong. Helio Castroneves will attempt to make his NASCAR Cup Series debut in the 2025 Daytona 500, driving the number 91 Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing's Project 91, the team announced on Monday. Castroneves, a four-time champion of the Indianapolis 500 and three-time winner of the Rolex 24 at Daytona, has enjoyed a long career in open-wheel and sports car racing. The Sao Paulo, Brazil native owns 25 wins in the NTT IndyCar Series and 6 wins in the former Champ Car Series. The 49-year-old has competed at least once in IndyCar each year since 2001 and is now set to attempt his NASCAR debut for the February 16th Cup Series opener. Castroneves said in a press release, he said, quote, "Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would enter a NASCAR race, and certainly not the Daytona 500 with a team like Trackhouse Racing. This is an opportunity that nobody in their right mind could ever turn down. I am so thankful to Wendy's for allowing me to wear their uniform and drive their car." Trackhouse owner Justin Marks and everyone that made this happen. I wish the race were tomorrow. In addition to his storied open-wheel career, Castroneves has earned 10 wins in the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship Series, winning multiple races in the 2020, 2022, and 2023 seasons. He also made 4 starts in the Repco Australian Supercars Championship across the 2009 and 2010 seasons. Though Castroneves has never competed in a NASCAR National Series event, he does have limited experience racing stock cars. Castroneves made 16 IROC starts from 2002 to 2005, collecting a best finish of second at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Monday's announcement marks the culmination of a years-long endeavor to bring Castroneves to the Great American Race. Trackhouse Racing owner Justin Marks has discussed Castroneves as a target for the team's Project 91 program since 2022, with hopes to plug this veteran racer into the 2023 Daytona 500. Though it took until 2025, the plan came to fruition. So yeah. Alright, Baylor and Cincinnati are just now getting underway here in the second half. It's 19 minutes and 34 seconds to go in the game. No one scored yet. It's still 35-20. Baylor. Still the halftime score. Ojanwuna Thunder comes down for Ojanwuna, as they say. 18 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. It's now 37-22. Baylor of Cincinnati. Cincinnati drains the three. It's now 37-25. Three-point field goals. Baylor's 3 for 7. Cincinnati is 5 for 15 in the entire game. Baylor's 3 for 7. Cincinnati is 5 for 15. That just goes to show Cincinnati has attempted way more threes than Baylor has. Baylor's only attempted 7, and they've only made 3 of them. Baylor's has attempted 7 and has only made 3 of them, and Cincinnati has made 5 of the 15 attempts. 17:50 to go in the game. It's 39-25 Baylor over Cincinnati. Baylor with the basketball. And with the basketball, it looks like Jeremy Roach. He passes it down to Ojanwuna. Now passes it down to Jaden Nunn. And that will be out of bounds. Turnover Baylor, Cincinnati basketball. We've now been going for an hour and 23 minutes. Alright. Cincinnati passing the ball around. Deep three off the mark, and that will be out of bounds as it goes on the top of the goal and ends up out of bounds. Eight-ranked Florida upset one-ranked Tennessee. It's official. It's official. The 8th-ranked Florida Gators pull off the upset over the number 1-ranked Tennessee Volunteers by a final score of 73-43, 30-point win. So Florida is now 14-1 overall, 1-1 in conference play. Tennessee is also now 14-1 overall and 1-1 in conference play, SEC conference play. So another three by Cincinnati is now 39-28. 16 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the game. Thank everybody that's not asleep right now and that was willing to join this live stream. Once again, we will be live again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time for the 11th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks and the Arizona State Sun Devils, and then we'll have a regular 30-minute live stream podcast episode on Thursday and Friday, and then on Saturday the big one. Starting at 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time, we got the 11th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils, and then at 3:30 p.m. Central Time, we got the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers. And then at 5 p.m., we got the number 12-ranked Houston Cougars and the Kansas State Wildcats. And then at 7 p.m., we got the 3-seed Los Angeles Baltimore Ravens taking on the 6-seed Pittsburgh Steelers. And then at 8:30 p.m., we got the Baylor Bears taking on the Baylor Bears taking on the Baylor Bears are taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils. The Kansas Jayhawks are taking on the home scores. Here we go. Cincinnati, that's who they're playing. So yeah, but at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, we got at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, we got Baylor and Arizona State. So yeah, big day on Saturday for sure. We got 2 football games and 3 college basketball games. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot, but it'll be a lot of fun as well. A lot of live streaming, but a lot of fun as well. And then on Sunday, we don't have any basketball games, but we do have football games. We have, actually, what do we have on Sunday? We have, NFL. Shoot. NFL scores. Here we go. Wild card. Here we go. If it can load here. And it has, come on, load. There we go. All right. But yeah, on Sunday, we got at 12 p.m. on CBS and Paramount Plus, we got the AFC wildcard playoffs between the 2 seed Buffalo Bills and the 7 seed Denver Broncos in Buffalo. And then at 3:30 p.m. on Fox, the NFC wildcard playoffs, we got the 2 seed Philadelphia Eagles taking on the 7 seed Green Bay Packers. This is one of the games. The Bills and Broncos and Eagles and Packers are the 2 games that I really think we can see some upsets. And then on NBC and Peacock, 7 p.m., also the NFC wildcard playoffs, the 6 seed Washington Commanders takes on the 3 seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then on Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus, we got the 5 seed Minnesota Vikings taking on the 4 seed Los Angeles Rams. So yeah, a lot of fun for sure. A lot of fun coming up in the next, week. But coming up basically pretty much in the next 5 days, 5-6 days, we got a lot for sure. For sure. Starting with 11 Kansas and Arizona State tomorrow night. So 14 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this game. It's 41-28 Baylor over Cincinnati. Jaden Nunn and Baylor was just fouled, so Jaden Nunn will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Nunn first free throw is missed. Goes for the second one. Cincinnati, nice dunk right there. It's now 42-30. 14 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. Baylor basketball. A foul on Cincinnati. Oh no. Never mind. A foul on Rob Wright of Baylor. Oh no, it was a foul on Cincinnati. Never mind. Alright, Baylor throws it in from the sidelines. And we'll try this again. 2.0. Alley-oop doesn't really work out, but still has the basketball. Norchad O'Meara for two off the backboard. 44-30. Foul on Cincinnati. .13 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the game. Baylor leads Cincinnati 44-30. Cincinnati misses both free throws. They go 0 for 2 at the line right there. Like Daddy says, you can't make free throws, you can't win the game. Cincinnati. Turnover Baylor. Sorry, turnover Cincinnati. Cincinnati had the basketball, but tried to pass it to the guy, but it completely overthrew and completely went past the guy and went into Baylor's side of the court. And turnover on Cincinnati. Back to Baylor basketball. For three, Jaden Nunn drains a three. 47-30. Largest lead of the night so far for the Baylor Bears over the Cincinnati Bearcats. 3-pointer by Cincinnati off the mark. Cincinnati with the offensive rebound. 3-pointer by Cincinnati again, drains it. 47-33. If Baylor wins this, they'll be 10-4 overall. 2-1 in conference play. Cincinnati would be 10-4 overall as well, and 1-2 in conference play. Baylor for 2, 49-33 Baylor over Cincinnati. I'm put. Seems like plus the foul. Good start by Baylor. And they would be 1-2 in conference play. However, if Cincinnati wins, Cincinnati somehow comes back here and wins, then they'll be 11-3 overall, 1-2 in conference play. If they lost, they would be 0-3 in conference play. If they won, they would be 1-2 in conference play, and Baylor would be 1-2 in conference play as well. And 9-5 overall. That's if they come back, though. Baylor's got a pretty sizable lead right now, 49-30. Sorry, 49-33. Plus also a foul on Edgecombe, so Edgecombe has a chance to make it a three-point play when they get back from commercial break. So he has a chance to actually make it 50-33. Yeah. Be right back, guys. Well, Baylor fans are excited right now. Eleven minutes and 35 seconds to go in the game. It's 49-33 Baylor over Cincinnati. Cincinnati with the basketball. Knocked away. Baylor with the steal and the dunk. BJ Edgecombe. 52-33. Under 11 minutes remain in this game. BJ is coming out 18 points on the day, 7 for 12 in field goals in tonight's game against Cincinnati. I'm gonna be honest. Besides the 4 losses, and I don't know, this may or may not be my biased opinion, but just because I'm a Baylor fan. But besides the 4 losses, this Baylor team has actually not done that bad. You know, like besides the 4 games that they lost, and by the way, 2 of those losses they lost like just barely. They lost to UConn 76-72, just barely by 4 points, and another game. What was it? Uh, uh, there was another game that they lost by like, what was it, like 3 points or something. I I think I could be way off, but I'm pretty sure Baylor. Okay, no, never mind. UConn was the only game really that they lost pretty badly. Sorry, that they lost in a close margin. But if you think about it, the 4 losses were to teams that you kind of expected Baylor to lose to. You know, they lost to Gonzaga 101-63, which understandable. Gonzaga is a really good team. All right. The second loss was to Tennessee, which Tennessee is unbelievable. Lost 77-62. The third game they lost to UConn, which, okay, I get it. You're facing the defending double-time national champions. You're facing the 2-time defending national champions. But I mean, they just barely lost that game. And also, you lost pretty badly to Iowa State, which you were kind of already expected to lose to Iowa State. So, besides that, they've actually been playing some pretty good basketball this season. They beat Arkansas 72-67, which they won just barely. But they beat Sam Houston 104-67. They beat they beat teams like St. John's 99-98 in overtime, in triple overtime. They beat teams like Utah in their first game of conference play by a blowout win, 81-56. And yeah, so those other wins were to minor teams like Arlington Baptist, Norfolk State, Abilene Christian, New Orleans, Tarleton State, stuff like that. But besides that, this team has actually been playing some pretty solid basketball. Now, again, that might be just the biased fan coming out of me since I am a Baylor fan, but I, they've had a pretty good season overall. No lie. Alright, 9 minutes to go in this game. It's now 55-34 Baylor over Cincinnati. Baylor for 2. Jaden Nunn misses. Offensive rebound. Ojan Runa puts it in. It's now 57-34. 8:45 to go in the game. Baylor's doing amazing right now on offense against Cincinnati. Making Cincinnati's defense look silly right now. And Cincinnati just got 2 there, now 57-36. Timeout called by Cincinnati here. 8:23 to go in the game. Oh no, Baylor calls a timeout here with 8:23 to go in the game. 57-36. Baylor over Cincinnati. The Bears over the Bearcats. That's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. So uh oh guys, let me do something real quick. $7:35 go in the game. 57-36 Baylor over Cincinnati. I'll be right back. Sorry guys, I was getting a little hot in that long sleeve shirt, so I have changed shirts. So here's an interesting article by MSN. It says best to worst, ranking the top 10 best college basketball programs of all time, part 2. Apparently there was a part 1 to this. Okay. The problem is it's not even showing me the article here. It's not even showing. Okay, what? Okay, whatever. Big 12 news and notes. Iowa State looking dominant. Houston's stifling defense. And West Virginia. I did this because it went away before I could read the rest of what it had to say about West Virginia. So Arizona was able to beat West Virginia 75-56. Alright, let me just pull up ESPN because it keeps going away from me on the screen there. So let me just go to scores here. It's 8:02, 8 minutes to go in the game. It's 61-46. 3-ranked Iowa State Cyclones over the Utah Utes. 7-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles are beating the Georgetown Hoyas 54-52 with 9 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the game. 4 minutes to go in the first half. It's 28-21. 2-ranked Auburn Tigers over Texas Longhorns. 5 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the first half. 14-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs lead the Vanderbilt Commodores. Yes, guy like Commodores. By a score of 27-24. Coming up at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time on Peacock is 24-ranked Michigan Wolverines take on the 22-ranked UCLA Bruins. At 9 p.m., we got 25-ranked Utah State Aggies take on the San Jose State Spartans. The games that have already happened, well, 8-ranked Florida upset 1-ranked Tennessee 73. 8-ranked Florida Gators upset 1-ranked Tennessee Volunteers 73-43. 76-47, the 4-ranked Duke Blue Devils beat the Pittsburgh Panthers, aka the Pitt Panthers. The 6th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats fell down or lost to the Georgia Bulldogs 82-69. So another upset. Also, the Arizona Wildcats pulled off the upset and the win over the 21-ranked West Virginia Wildcats, West Virginia Mountaineers, 75-56. Coming up tomorrow is, of course, at 5:30 p.m. on the FS1. We got the 9-ranked UConn Huskies against the Villanova Wildcats. At 6 p.m. on SEC Network Plus, 5-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide against the South Carolina Gamecocks. At 6 p.m. on ESPN2, we got the 23-ranked Ole Miss Rebels against the Arkansas Razorbacks. At 8 p.m. on ESPN2, we got the Arizona State Sun Devils against the 11-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Also at 8 p.m. on the SEC Network, we got 17-ranked Oklahoma Sooners taking on the 10-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. Also at 8 p.m. on the Big Ten Network, we got the Penn State Nittany Lions taking on the 13th-ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. Also at 8 p.m. on ESPN Plus, we got the um, San Diego Terrors taking on the Terrors taking on the 18th-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs. Then Thursday, January 9th, at 5 p.m. on the Big Ten Network, we got 15th-ranked Oregon Ducks taking on the Ohio State Badgers. No, Ohio State Buckeyes. Sorry, Buckeyes. And then at 5 p.m. on FS1, we got the 20th-ranked Purdue Boilermakers taking on the Rutgers Knights. Scarlet Knights. I keep forgetting the Scarlet in there. At 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time on the Big Ten Network, we got the Washington Huskies taking on the 16th-ranked Michigan State Spartans. Friday, January 10th at 7 o'clock p.m. on Fox, we got the 22nd-ranked UCLA Bruins taking on the Maryland Knights. And then on Saturday at 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus, we got the 11th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Or actually, starting at 11 a.m. on ESPN, we got the Notre Dame Irish taking on the 4th-ranked Duke Blue Devils. Fighting Irish. At 11 a.m. on the Big Ten Network, we got the USC Trojans taking on the 13th-ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. We got the 2th-ranked Auburn Tigers taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks at 12 p.m. on the SEC Network. At 1 p.m. on ESPN, we got the 3rd-ranked Iowa State Cyclones taking on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And then we got the Georgetown Hoyas taking on the 9th-ranked UConn Huskies at 1 p.m. on Fox. And then at 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus, we got the 11th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks taking on the Cincinnati Bearcats. Also on ESPN Plus at 1 p.m., we got the East Carolina Pirates taking on the 19th-ranked Memphis Tigers. Also at 3 p.m. on ESPN, we got the 8th-ranked Florida Gators taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks. 5 p.m., 1-ranked Tennessee Volunteers taking on the Texas Longhorns. At 5 p.m., doesn't say what channel, but at 5 p.m., it might be on ESPN Plus actually. At 5 p.m. on the 17th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Also at 5 p.m. on the SEC Network, we got LSU Tigers taking on the 23-ranked Ole Miss Rebels. Also at 7 p.m. on the ESPN, we got the 5-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the 10th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. At 7:30 p.m. on SEC Network, we got 6th-ranked Kentucky at 14th-ranked 6th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats against the 14th-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs. At 8 o'clock p.m. on the ESPN Plus, we got the Washington State Cougars. Yes, the Cougars taking on the 18th-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs. Also at 8 p.m. on CBS Sports Network, we got the Boise State Broncos taking on the 25th-ranked Utah State Aggies. Yes. And sorry, when I said UCLA is taking on Maryland on Friday, I said Maryland Knights. They're actually the Maryland Terrapins, so that's my bad. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the game. It's 62-44. Baylor Bears over Cincinnati Bearcats.
My good guys, I appreciate y'all. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Because my wife don't have much time before she goes to bed. I've got a video to edit for Patreon. I'll probably do that tomorrow after the house. Look at the house in the morning. So once I get back to the houses, I'll start working on videos and I'll edit. What did I record today? I don't record. Okay. So we got an exclusive video coming up on the Patreon tomorrow, guys. Make sure y'all come in and check those out. Yeah, there is right there on Patreon. Appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, I guess I gotta understand. Yeah. Dude, I have been playing that Destiny for this year. Oh my god, dude. Yeah. Thank you so much. Dude, man, I've been playing that game so much. I literally have my time in that game. Since that was like I learned so much about that game. And there's always still people. But ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for tonight. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for always coming in. Just chilling, man. It's always good to be live and it's always good to be here. Okay, cool. That was freaking me out now. What was that sound? But that's gonna do it, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Everybody, again, go check out the Patreon. And for those who haven't already, my Twitch is right here. There's my Twitch and there's my Facebook gaming page. But ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all so much. God bless you all. And I will see you all. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all tomorrow night. Peace out, guys. Bye. Y'all have a good one.
Alright. Sorry, guys. But update on the Baylor score. By the way, we've been going on for 2 hours and 6 minutes now, officially. Well done. Actually, they're coming back on so we can see the Baylor score here. So, 2 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the game. 66-46. Baylor up by 20 over Cincinnati. 2 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the game. Just under 3 minutes. Just under 3 minutes to go. Yeah, Baylor's upcoming schedule, besides Arizona, they got a pretty good they got a pretty easy schedule coming up for the next 5 days. Arizona State, Arizona, TCU, Kansas State, and Utah. They, yeah, I'm pretty sure it said the only road games in the next 5 games are actually in Arizona against Arizona State and Arizona. So yeah, we should be able to. We No matter what, it's a must-win game for all 5 games coming up. But we should be able to take out Arizona State pretty easily. Arizona, I'm not too sure, but we should be able to take out teams like TCU. We should be able to take out Utah pretty easily again, like we did in the very first game of conference play. Cincinnati for a deep 3 off the mark since Baylor defensive rebound. A minute and 50 to go. But yeah, so we should be able to handle TCU. We should be able to handle Kansas State and teams like that. We should be able to handle them pretty easily. It's just that It's just that game against the Arizona Wildcats that I'm kind of unsure about on whether we are able to handle them and if we're ready to face a team like Arizona. But besides that, we got pretty easy. We got somewhat of an easy schedule coming up in the next 5 games for us. The next four of the next 5 games should be pretty easy. What's the score, Mom says? Right now, the score is. Well, hold on. Right now, they're showing something else. All right. The score right now is a minute and 20 to go in the game. It's 66-46. Baylor over Cincinnati. Yeah. 66-46. Baylor over Cincinnati with a minute and 20 to go in the game. So that should answer your question. So Baylor is gonna get their 10th win of the season. They're gonna be 10-4. They're doing an official review on something. And Cincinnati is gonna get their 4th loss of the season. They're also gonna be 10-4 overall. Cincinnati is gonna get their third straight loss of conference play. They're gonna be 0-3 to start Big 12 conference play. Baylor is gonna get their 2nd win of conference play. They're going to start conference play at 2-1. So, would be a good start for Baylor for sure. And again, like I already mentioned, Baylor's next game is this Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus, I believe, or ESPN2, I don't know, against Arizona State Sun Devils. So, yeah. 56.8 to go. Baylor just shot it 2 and made. It's now 68-46. Cincinnati basketball now. For 2, off the mark. Baylor defensive rebound. Baylor trying to get to. That's a Cincinnati steal, and that will be an easy dunk. 68-48. 31 seconds to go. And Baylor is dribbling the basketball. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. About 1.5, about 1 second comparison from the shot clock and game clock. That's a shot clock violation on Baylor. They were just dribbling the basketball. 0.8 to go. 0.8 seconds to go in the game. So yeah, Baylor's wrapping things up here. And yeah, they went up. There's now 1 second left. 1.0 seconds left. So yeah. But yeah, that's it. So 68-40. 1.1 seconds now. And that's game. Baylor, with their 10th straight win at home, tied for 10th, longest home win streak in program history. As Baylor pulls off the win over the Cincinnati Bearcats 68-48. They're now 10-4 overall, 2-1 in conference play. Cincinnati now 10-4 overall, 0-3 to start conference play. And that's going to do it for me as well. Thank you all so much for joining this watch party and watching me commentate this game. I will be live. Again, I'm Sam. This was episode 23 of Super Sam Sports Encore podcast. I'll be live again tomorrow night for 11 ranked Kansas Jayhawks and the Arizona State Sun Devils at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time on the ESPN2. All right, so I'll see y'all there tomorrow night. Peace out, guys.